Hi YouTube, Tim Uckert here. In this video, we're going to be covering two-way relative frequency tables. Let's look at question 1. It reads, an Algebra 1 teacher asked his students who studied for the final and then recorded the student responses and the corresponding final grades in a two-way relative frequency table. The table here that's below. Use the table to answer the following questions. So question 1, what does the 8% represent? Well, the 8%, that represents the percent of students that studied for the final but did not pass. All right, what does the 56% represent? All right, so the 56%, well, that's going to be the percent of students who did not study for the final but still did pass. So it's the percent of students that did not study for the final but still passed. All right, so that's question 1. Let's take a look at question 2. Question 2, a fashion researcher created a table after surveying a group of young adults. She then recorded the following information. So you have two columns here, wears glasses, does not wear glasses. And then wears loafers or wears sneakers. Now the question continues, create a relative two-way frequency table to show the percent of loafer wearers who wear glasses or not, as well as the percent of sneaker wearers who wear glasses or not. Okay? So first we're going to look at loafer wearers. So we got to figure out the total here of the loafer wearers, and that's going to be 56 plus the 45. So the total, if we do that on the calculator, 56 plus 45, that's going to be 101. So we're going to be, out of 101. All right, so we have 56. For this first cell here, we're going to have 56 out of 101. We got to take that fraction and multiply by 100. All right, so 56 divided by 101 and times 100. That's going to give us 55.4, so I'm going to say 55%. We'll round to the nearest percent. All right, we also want to look at the percent who wears loafers and does not wear glasses. So that's going to be 45 divided by 101. And we're going to multiply that number by 100. All right, so let's do that. 45 divided by 101 times 100. We get 44.55, so I'm going to say 45%. Okay. Now we want is the group that the percent of the ones that wear sneakers that also wear glasses. So we got to do 62 plus 51 to get the total number that wear sneakers. That's going to be 113. So we're out of 113. Okay. So this first one's going to be 62 divided by 113 times 100. And let's figure out what that is. So we'll do 62 divided by 113 times 100. And we get 54.86. I'm going to put that as 55%. Also. And then let's do now 51 divided by 113. Just want to check our work. Times 100, that should be 45%. It's 45.13. So that's going to be 45%. We got that with 51 divided by 113 times 100. And that's 45%. Okay, so if we were going to clean this up a bit, let's do that. What we would do, just going to erase everything. So if you want all the calculations, just go back and pause the video. Our solutions here are going to be 55% here, 45% here, 55% here, and 45% here. All right, so that's number 2. Let's keep going. All right, problem 3. Mr. Unkert records, well, let's just cross that off. Mr. Unkert asks his students whether they studied for the final exam or not. He then records their responses along with whether they passed or not in a two-way table below. Use the two-way table to answer the following questions. Okay, so we have our two-way table here. What percent of students who studied for the final exam passed the final exam? So we have to look at this here. And so the ones that passed are going to be 34 out of the total that studied for the final exam, which is going to be the 34 plus the 6. And then we're going to have to multiply that by 100. So it's going to be 34 divided by 40 times 100. So let's clear this out. 34 divided by 40 times 100. That's going to be 85%. So 85% of the students who studied for the final exam passed. All right, what percent of students that did not pass the final exam studied for the final exam? So this is a little different. So this time we're looking at this column here because we're looking at the students that did not pass the final exam that studied for the final exam. So that's going to be 6 out of 19 plus 6. And we're going to multiply that amount by 100. So 16 out of 19 plus 6, or sorry, 6. So there's going to be 6 out of the 19 plus 6. We do have to multiply this by 100. So that's going to be 6 out of 19 plus 6, which is 25, times 100. All right. Which is going to be 24%. Notice these don't add up to 100. And the reason being is this is 85% out of all the students who actually studied for the final exam. This is 24% out of the students that did not pass. Okay, so it's a different category there. All right, let's keep going. All right, so a random sample of people are asked about their preferences regarding coffee and breakfast. Complete the two-way table below so that it has the following characteristics in it. So 200 people responded to the survey. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to extend this just to help myself. So total here, and we'll do total here. And we'll extend this, and that'll allow us to fill this out a lot easier. So the total is 200. 56% preferred coffee. So 56% of 200, or 0.56 times 200, preferred coffee. So that's 112 that preferred coffee. Okay, 27% of the responders who prefer to have breakfast do not prefer to have coffee. So we'll put that 27 here. And then 41% of the responders who do not prefer breakfast also prefer coffee. So that 41 is here. All right, so if we want to continue to fill this out, to get the amount that prefers breakfast, we're going to do 112 minus, sorry, to get the amount that prefers breakfast and prefers coffee, we're going to do 112 minus 41, and that's going to be 71. And then to get the total here, this amount here, take 200 and subtract 112. That's going to be 88. And to figure out the amount that do not prefer breakfast and do not prefer coffee, we do 88 minus 27. And we get 61. And just to check, maybe we want to add these across. So 71 plus 27 is 98. And then 41 plus 61 is 102. And 98 plus 102 is 200. 112 plus 88 is 200. So it all works out. Now, the only part we really need to fill in is the inner part of the table. We just did the outer part of the table just to help us figure out these numbers. So if we want to neaten it up, there we go. That's our solution to problem 4. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please give a like and subscribe. It means a lot and would really help out the channel. Thanks.